The first step is to connect this voltage to this cable I need to so the blue part is the neutral. It goes to the blue side. This red is the red phase. The black goes to phase 2, which would be the yellow phase. And this goes to phase 3, which is the blue phase. This has a magnetic stuff caliber key and clipbox. Let's try and detangle this. So what you do basically is you need to be very careful. So we need to be very why this is big. We need to be very careful here because this is the neutral phase. You don't want to place the neutral on each of any of the phases. If you do this, it's going to burn the fuse inside, which can also damage the data logger. So you find the neutral here. So here, this is the neutral side. Then attach a neutral. For experiment, so ideally you should not attach to this part of the changeover switch because in case they want to change over, it will make this guy fall off. So you find somewhere else to attach it, but for the sake of the experiment, we do this. Then after that, you take the red face, then direct this, as you can see here, which is series 1. You go to the red side and do that. You are going to see a little bit of spark. That's a tiny spark, just to show that there's a passage of currents. Then after that, the next is the black, which you go to the yellow phase. This. And the next is this H3, which you go to the blue phase. Yeah. After you've completed this, then your data logger should be on. This blue light indicates that the data logger is on. This yellow light indicates that the Wi-Fi is ready for connection. So we use this Wi-Fi to access the details. Whatever these guys are capturing, we use it to connect to our phone so we can access those things. So this is just for the voltage. Now we need to do for the current. So we let's use voltage and I want to do for the current. So this for the currents. For the currents, we make use of this. We call them robust. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Robust coils. Yes, so these are currents. They are for current transfers. Is it current transformer that I call it? Call them 60. So they convert the electromagnetic wave coming out. They convert it to current. Because you cannot measure that current directly. This is too much. So you just, as a way, it is converted to a little bit of current that can be used for measuring. So here, what to do here is, we have 3 of them for the 3 phases. So here, we connect any one of them. So these 3 terminals. To these 3 terminals. So you notice that the Wi-Fi light is okay. So you notice that the Wi-Fi light is off, and this is because there's a time limit for when you are not actively using the Wi-Fi. Then it goes off automatically. But this we can still activate whenever we need to get or check for the data. So now that I've connected these coils, then I can attach it. Very careful. Some of these guys don't have a strong magnetic property. So this tends to fall off. So now, another thing you need to take note of is that each phase here, corresponds to a particular phase here. So this phase 1 corresponds to this phase 1. Phase 2 corresponds to this phase 2. Phase 3 corresponds to this phase 3. So you don't want to put Rogorsky coil for phase 1 on where you put voltage for phase 2 on. So Rogorsky coil for phase 1 has to go to the voltage for phase 2. So what you do now is you check for where your load is. So load is on this side. I think this is the load. The output, that's where you coil this. So this is supposed to capture the current. So this can be either negative or positive. It is positive when you are coiling it the right direction. For example, I'm coiling this in this direction. It can either be positive or negative. So now I now need to check inside of my I need to connect this Wi-Fi, then check the data to confirm if this is positive or negative. So let's check that so we can follow suit for other encoders. So in order for us to check if this is giving us a positive or negative value, we check the side of your data logger. You see a small hole here. This small hole is used to access the switch. So what you just need to do is just to click once or click for 1 second. Don't let it reach 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds by doing another function. So if you just click for 1 second, then release it. So immediately I click for that 1 second, you notice that the yellow light came on, which is indicating that it is ready for Wi-Fi connection. So now we now go to our phone and connect to Wi-Fi. Then go to the so we need to connect the Wi-Fi now. The Wi-Fi for Datalogger is on. So what you do basically is we go to your Wi-Fi settings. Then you are going to see Emonio and a couple of numbers. So this then you check your the Emonio tag on your Datalogger if it corresponds. Then you select that. Okay, I think that is connected. Yes, it is connected. Then you go to your browser. You go to either Chrome or Safari, but preferably Chrome. All right. So once you go to Chrome, you put in this address 10.1.1.1. Then you press go. So it will come a screen will pop up, which require you to put in your username and password. So the username for this is it will be sent to you. Then you log in. Yes. Once you log in, the home page will pop up, which only shows phase A, B, and C. It shows in form of kilowatt hour. But that's not where you're going. You're going to details. So on the top bar, you're going to select a details. Click the details button. You select the details option. So now there are a lot of parameters here. You have U, I, P. I corresponds to current. P corresponds to power in watts. S corresponds to VA, which is the active power. Q corresponds to the reactive power. F corresponds to the frequency, which is normally 50. Then PF is power factor. So at the moment, you observe that I only put one logarithmic coil just to test if we are coiling in the right direction. If you are coiling in the right direction, the current here is going to be positive. As you can see here, it is 221. It is alternating now. Yeah, it has gone back to 222. So it is positive here. That means you don't have an issue. You are good to go. The direction which I called it is the best direction. So now we can now follow suit for the remaining three Rogowski coin. Check if this following direction is correct, and that will confirm that it's actually correct because the current was really positive and there's no negative value. In case the result you got, when checking for the details, is negative, what you don't basically do to me results to change the direction. Instead of going this direction, come to it. Instead of going this direction, then you go this direction. Once you go this the opposite direction, let should correct itself to positive. But because this direction is the right direction, then we leave it down and we make alright, so we make other Udosky coins to follow suit. Again, you need to make sure that the phase is steady. So this second Udosky coin is phase 2. It must tally with the voltage kick is for phase 2, and that is the blue phase. So what you do is you look for the load side on the blue phase, then you coil it in the same direction this one is following. You coil it in the same direction that this one is following. Alright? So you look for the last phase, which is this one last phase, which should be no, sorry, phase 2 should be yellow phase. I made a mistake there. Phase 2 should be yellow phase. Well, the last phase you should be the blue phase. You follow it round. So once you're done with this, you make sure that your Emonio device is well secure. Notice that this is falling low. I think the magnetic property is not that strong. So let's place it somewhere else. You secure it well. Then you now go back to connect to this Wi-Fi to check if all the settings and parameters are correct. So let's go there now. Right, so now I've connected all my Rogowski coil in the right direction. Now on I want to check the details to confirm if all the parameters are correct and if it is reading accurately. So don't forget that if your Wi-Fi signal is off on your data logger, all you need to do is just use a pin and press for 1 second to activate the access point. So I just did that now. Then after doing that, you go to your Wi-Fi here, go to your Wi-Fi settings. Because I've connected before, it has automatically connected itself. So what I'll do next is I'll go to my browser, Chrome. I'm finding it difficult to find the Chrome here. It's inside this folder. Alright, so I'll go to my browser. I think because we've connected before, you just went there automatically. But in the previous video where I showed the screen recording, you can also always access that previous part to be able to know how to connect. So now that we are in, so this is the details part. We have the power for what? Power for VA, which is the apparent power. You have the VAR, which is the reactive power. So now you notice that your current, you first go to your current to confirm that all the Rogowski coil, they are all following the the right direction. So they are all positive, which shows that they are following the right direction. The power for watts now is reading this one is reading 3000 watts on phase A. This one is reading about 8000 watts on phase B. This one is about 3000 watts on phase C. And your VA also is there. Then your reactive, don't really mind the reactive. The reactive can be negative sometimes. It depends on the kind of appliances that are being used. So yes, I think our values are correct now. So what the next thing we need to do is to go to the settings, because we need to confirm that all our settings are right. So you go to this tab here, then you select it. You select these options, then the drop down will come down, then you select setup. So setup is going to take you to it takes you to a page where you just see basic setup. Then if you want to access advanced setup, then you select advanced on the bottom right corner here. But for basic setup, you will get details like Wi-Fi, storage, current sensors. You don't have to tamper with the device and the user details. Leave it the way it is. So the Wi-Fi should be disabled. Leave it the way it is. So where you need to go is the save interval. Make sure your save interval is about 5 minutes. Yeah, so you don't have too much data on your CSV whenever you now extract. So don't mistake minutes for seconds. Minutes is on the top here and seconds is on the bottom here. So you select, make sure it is 5 minutes. For advanced settings, you don't really need to tamper with the advanced settings much. Well, that depends on the admin or the person managing the data logger. If they require that you change certain parameters, then you can go. But if everything is set for you, then you don't have to. So one thing that you may want to take note in the advanced settings is your date and time. You make sure that your date and time tallies with the current date and time. So now my time is 10:49 on the top left corner. So you see it tallies with the browser time and the device time. So you can select save and apply. So because I did not change any parameter, so that's why I'm having this saying configuration unchanged. Then you can go back to details. So with this, now we are sure that our setup for the data logger is correct. So the very last thing that you want to do is to go to files. So you select files on the top bar. So you notice this part of the page under file, you see Emonio and this is the data file, probably the data file for the last data logging that was done. So you don't want to append the new data on the last data file. We want a fresh data file. So what you basically do is you go to the extreme right. There's a delete button you can access. So you select the delete button, then you click here. Before we delete, let's check the content. Whenever you want to check the content of your device, you select this I button, which means view. So that means you can see all the data that has been collected for the previous data logging. You can see the titles and of the table and everything. So we don't actually need this. So what you do is you go back, then you delete this so that we can start recording fresh data. Then you select yes. So once you do that, the space is going to be empty, but because our set time is 5 minutes interval, after 5 minutes, it is going to pop up a new new content here to show you that okay, new file has been activated and new data has started recording. Yeah, so that's virtually everything you need to learn on this tutorial. Yes, thank you. So you can always go back to your files. Yeah, I think yes, it has actually started recording new data. So I can view. So let's select the view button. All right, so I have the very first one it just recorded here. So for the 30-minute data file, because for me, I require that you send me a data file that's captured for 30 minutes so I can confirm from my hand that, okay, yes, it's capturing right. So after the 30 minutes has lapsed, you just go back here and select the download button. The download button is between the I and the delete button. Don't make a mistake of selecting delete button whenever you want to download, because sometimes you go to sites and after it has captured for maybe 7 days, you want to select download, you basically press delete that can be very catastrophic. So always be careful. So you select download. So once you select download, something will pop up to save. So what I usually do is I select save here, then you save to wherever you want to select, wherever you want to save, wherever file location you want to save in. So yes, that will be all with this tutorial. Thank you very much for listening.